good morning and welcome to the B2B Marketing Forum. It's kind of odd to say that considering you work for spotONvision, who are helping organise it. I was going to ask, how do you approach field marketing at the moment?
At spotONvision we have a way of looking at marketing at this moment, especially for B2B marketing, is that first you have to know your target audience. First you have to know who are you as a company, as a B2B company approaching. And for that we do buyer persona researches. At this moment we think that buyer personas are one of the best way of picturing your target audience, especially the people who you want to target. B2B marketing traditionally looks at businesses as companies as their target audiences. But if you look at a business, in the past I want to target myself at a business with 500 employees or above in this market segment. Well, that's all very nice. But if you really look at it, those businesses, they consist out of people, persons, and that are really the target audience you need to target. And for that, buyer personas are an excellent way of approaching those people and getting to them and getting to know them and really find out what is important to them, what are the things they stay awake for at night, what keeps them awake, what do they want to reach in their company, what kind of successes do they want to achieve.
If you were to address that on an individual level though, marketing, we have limited resources, we have limited budget, so it's not actually possible to just do one-on marketing to that. So how do you envisage clustering them together or working on it?
The end way you really want to achieve is one-to-one marketing, but of course you're right, it is for resources it is not possible to do that.
No.
So if you cluster your customers, your buyers in buyer personas profiles, you kind of really do achieve the one-on-one marketing, because you cluster the people which are on the common field, which are very many similarities and which are important. You can have several personas usually as buyers or as a target audience, but if you know which one are important for the real decisions, which are important for getting in contact with the first phases of your buying process.
The gatekeepers and the influencers. Yep.
If you have that on your focus, you know how to reach them, you can really efficiently target those personas in the company.
Do you find often that today's show was kicked off with the founder of Boom Chicago. Do you find that sort of humor helps when you're creating this, or do you create sort of a cluster, one that sort of you can tell jokes to or you can have some amusing content to, and the others where it's very sort of business-like, professional?
Yeah, well, it is both. I think you need to really know your customer, your buyer, on an analytical way about how they purchase your goods, how they look at things, what steps they take, who is involved in the buying process. That's all, dry data you need to know. But on the other hand, you also want to communicate what you know to the company, to your bosses, to other departments, and if you can make it more alive, come alive, then it communicates much easier.
That's true.
And that's when you can use humor, or you can make, if I put up buyer personas, I try to make it as real as possible, to create real persons actually, which you can relate to.
Okay.
And humor, it can work.
Okay.
But also a picture. If you look at, this is John, he works at this and this department, he has this and this responsibility. You know who you're talking about, and not that persona A, persona B, persona C.
Okay, and once you have these personas, then the next step is to actually market to them and to provide them with sort of content that they find interesting and engaging. Have you seen some great examples of that content? Have you seen some that you want to share?
I think the buyer persona is always the first step to find out how the buying process goes, and also which content you need in which phase of the buying process. Because it always starts with some awareness phase, then the buyer will evaluate in some way. Afterwards, things like negotiation. In the end, the buyer will choose the final product you will buy. And if you know in those phases what his content needs are and what his fears are, what his setbacks are in those phases, or what you want to reach in those phases, you can really target your content, and that way you can successfully use content marketing.
Okay, good. And in order to make that more efficient, what would you suggest, or how do you develop on the automation or creation of that?
Yeah, that's excellent way, because that's the phase that which we usually now do in the end is once you have a clear view about who is your target audience, who is your buyer persona, you look at which content do you need to target him. And the final phase we look at it at spotONvision is how can we automate the process to make it more efficient and to make it more clear what we are doing to get results. We can measure things, measurable. And for that we use marketing automation tools to use this for the process. Yeah.
Okay. No, but that's a lovely, clear process. First of all, understand who it is you're marketing to, create your buyer personas, personalize them, and then work on great content according to what stage they're on the life cycle. And to close, then make the whole efficient, make it more efficient.
To make automation efficient and measurable.
Yes.
So you can really see what is happening to the people, the buyers you are targeting. Do they read your newsletter? Do they visit your websites?
Okay.
That's all possible with the marketing automation.
I have one final question. How do you make this more personable? You know, at what stage would you talk to the buyers and meet them? You know, in creating personas, or at the marketing content to see, you know, which content they like and prefer, or at the automation stage, you know, checking that your dashboards, you know, so it's not just a dry mechanism, but there's some sort of relationship. How would you promote that? How would you get involved in meeting the actual people that you're marketing to?
We as spotONvision.
Well, how would you recommend? What would your advice be?
Yes, of course, the steps I think are pretty clear, because first, know who you are going to target.
Yeah.
Second, develop with what messages, with what content you're going to market, and then look at how you can make it most efficient and measurable. So it is, I think, a very logical steps you have to take. It is very difficult if you start with the automation if you don't know who is your customer.
No, that's clear.
Because then you cannot put a process in your automation system.
No, that's true.
Because then you are just guessing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's.
And how have you found that social media has helped you in this process? Do you sort of influence, you know, being able to market to them and respond quicker?
Social media is one of the tools to get content marketing. So it's an integral part of your content messaging and your content management.
All right.
Yeah, because people now, content management, you have to know what people do on Facebook, on LinkedIn, the groups they are a member of, the messages they read. That's a way to reach the people.
Through your content marketing.
Exactly.
Okay, good. It was lovely meeting you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.